Hi there, this is Dominic Steele from Christians in the Media and from Village Church in Sydney. In this Reading the Bible segment, I'm taking you through the book of Numbers in the Old Testament. And today we're in Numbers chapter 13 and 14. And also today the Israelites, they've just arrived at the very edge of the land that God promised. And Moses has sent some spies into the promised land to check out the land and bring back a report. So chapter 13 verse 1, the Lord said to Moses, "Send some men to explore the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelites." The spies came back. They said, "The land is amazing." But there's a majority report and a minority report. And the majority report is it's going to be too difficult for us. Numbers chapter 13 verse 31. The men who'd gone up with him, "We can't attack these people. They're stronger than we are." And they spread amongst the Israelites a bad report about the land they'd explored. They said the land that we explored devours those living in it. And all the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. We're as tiny as grasshoppers. We're shrimps. We can't do it. They're going to eat us alive like shrimps on the barbie. I mean, it is a crazy, flawed logic. The Israelites follow the God who made the world. They're following the God who defeated the greatest superpower of the age, Egypt. They're following the God who's led them through the desert. I mean, of course it's impossible in secular strength, but it is totally possible in God's strength. The difficulty is that we, you and I, are so much like these majority report people. See, I believe God made the universe, but I find it hard to believe that the results of a particular medical test belong to him. I believe God entered the universe in history as a baby, and yet I sometimes find it hard to believe that he supervises the health of a sick child. And I allow myself to be intimidated into not trusting God by, Amalekites or Hittites or Jebusites or Amorites or employees of Price Waterhouse or Westpac or the Macquarie Bank. Or I fear, not particularly what they might do to me, but I fear what they might think of me. That's the majority report. But there's a dissenting minority report, Caleb and Joshua. They're two of the 12 spies, and they issue this minority report different to the one compiled by their 10 friends. See verse 30, then Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, "We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." And essentially the majority and the minority report agree on the facts, but one says we're frightened and the other says we can, or really God can. I mean, God rescued us from Egypt. If God can defeat the Egyptians, he can look after us in this. The key thing the minority report people say is actually whose side is God on? And at this stage, God is clearly on the side of the Israelites if only they will trust him. And we're in a similar position today. If only we will trust him. Why don't we trust him? I think the key reason is fear. Not so much physical fear, but we might go down in someone's estimation, or our image might be tarnished, or there might be loss of reputation, or concerns, people might think we were over the top if we acted like we really trusted God. Here's a challenge, here's a question for you. Pick a team. Are you with the majority report or the minority report? Are you with Moses and Caleb and Joshua and God, or the other mob? They had a choice between fearing and trusting God and fearing the people of the land. And the people of Israel, they were frightened of the people of the land, not God. Let me give you the words of Jesus. Jesus says in Luke, "I tell you, my friends, do not be afraid of those who can kill the body and after that can do no more. I will show you who you should fear. Fear him who after the killing of the body has the power to throw you into hell. Yes, I tell you, fear him. Are not 5 sparrows sold for 2 pennies, and not one of them is forgotten by God? Indeed, the very hairs of your head are numbered. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows." The lips of Jesus says, fear God, not the opinion of our colleagues. And yet we see also there the promise of Jesus that the God that we should fear loves us and cares for us, even to the extent of numbering the hairs on my head. I love my wife, Kathy. We were lying in bed one day. I tried to count the numbers of hairs on her head, but I lost interest. God is so committed to me, so loves me, that he loves me even to the point of knowing the number of hairs on my head. God is so committed to me. He loves me even to the point of sending his own son Jesus to die for me, that I might be friends with him.